It's nice seeing the sunshine. It's a little breezy looking out there. I see the bushes moving back and forth, but the sun is shining, and that's nice to see. Royal priests. But you are a chosen race, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people for his possession, so that you may proclaim the praises of the one who called you out of darkness. Peter 2:9. If you are a Christian, you are a priest, chosen by God. As a member of the royal priesthood, you have constant access to the king. If there is ever need in your life, you don't have to find an intermediary or enlist another priest in order to gain a hearing from the king. Your position as a royal priest allows you direct access. The privilege describes your position as a priest. However, priests also have a function. It is the responsibility of a priest to work within a priesthood. Scripture does not promote the practice of individual priests, each with a separate ministry. Rather, priests function together. Leviticus 9:1. An unbiblical sense of individualism can isolate you from a functioning within God's royal priesthood as he intended. The priest represents God to the people, but he also takes the people's concern to God. Is there someone around you who desperately needs the intercession of one of God's priests? Perhaps someone will only come to know God by seeing him in your life. Our world hungers for an expression of Christ as he really is, living out his life through his people. It is dangerous to put our job above our calling by God. We are called to be priests first and to hold a job second. When we get these out of order, everyone around us is denied access to the Father through us. God may have called you into a secular job as a vocation, but more importantly, he has appointed you to be one of his royal priests. It's kind of nice starting my day with one of those little passages. Again, I had a friend give me a book, Experiencing God Day by Day, um, right before I left Wisconsin and moved to Illinois. And I think one of those things that helps me keep going with Coffee with Ken is my desire to read a passage and maybe to read it to you because I think each one of them has a little message. And I don't know, feels important to me to put out that little message, whatever it might be. But good morning, good morning, good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is Friday morning. It is March 13th. It's 7:44 a.m. Happy Friday. Coffee with Ken is a show I have done for quite some time. It is a show about me talking. It is a show about me sharing some feelings, kind of sharing the journey of one man's life, kind of sharing the adventure. But for those that have been watching, well, it's not just a show about me talking. It's also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I have a nice hot cup of coffee in front of me. And I am so excited to have my first sip at this, for me, rather late hour. My hope is wherever you are and whatever you're doing, that you got a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. That's nice. Yeah. I got to get out of here before I get completely hooked on the sweet cream in the lobby. I preach the praises of drinking coffee black when I'm at home. And maybe if they were brewing me up a pot of pumpkin spice or Sumatra, I'd be drinking it black here in the hotel. But they're not brewing up Starbucks Sumatra or the pumpkin spice. They're brewing up whatever their hotel coffee is. And I am now a slave to pouring the sweet cream in the hotel coffee. Just met a couple soldiers out there. I don't know if, I mean, they were in the army. I don't know if soldiers uh, signifies rank at all. If you're, I don't know what they're, I mean, they could have been officers, but they looked like they were wearing their camouflage, their boots. They're very soldierly looking dress, not, I don't know, the formal wear with the, and again, I probably get the branches all mixed up with the, I don't know, and the white hat. And I don't even know if the army ever wears a white hat. I'm just pretty sure they were in the army. They were wearing camouflage. They were in my hotel lobby. I was just a little surprised. I asked them if they had to wash their uniforms by themselves, or was there any like sort of mass army place where you turn it in and they mash it, mash it, wash it up to army standards. They looked at me somewhat quizzically and go, "No, we have to wash it ourselves." Yeah, I figured that'd probably be the way. Told them it looked nice. It did. What if they like wearing uniforms? They mentioned that, uh, you know, maybe sometimes it'd be nice not wearing the uniforms. And I could see that, but I bet it makes getting dressed a heck of a lot easier in the morning. No decision. What should I wear? PJs or this T-shirt? What do I want to look like today? Just pop on the uniform and look like everybody else. Thank them for doing what they did. Came back to talk to you folks in my hotel room. Uh, let's see. Somebody said they're probably going to Rantoul Army Base. Perhaps. I know there is an Army base, or at least there used to be. When I was in college at U of I, which is in Champaign, there was a golf course at this Army base that I think was in Rantoul. And it was a pretty nice golf course. And we used to go and play, and it was fairly cheap. I don't know how. I mean, it must have been public, but it was on an Army base, which I find kind of strange. Don't know if the golf course is still there. Probably isn't. So it's riding hard. Had made a couple small victories in the last day. Um, I have two little ones, and they haven't been feeling well this week. And their mama needed to go to work yesterday, and so I was able to drive and spend the day with them at her house while they were sick. And I think they're feeling a little better, but they're still coughing and their noses are still running. And when it came time to put them down for their nap, their eyes looked really tired. I mean, probably like mine do right now, but I'm just waking up. So they look really tired, and it was sweet. Had a nice time doing that. So it's nice being, although I haven't found my home yet. I'm currently staying in a hotel in central Illinois, and almost working two jobs. Definitely working one. I haven't established a foothold here yet. I mean, I guess this could be, I guess the way you can accomplish things is just change how you define things. Maybe this hotel room is a foothold. And if this hotel room is a foothold, uh, I've clearly established one. But if we raise the bar and define a foothold as a lease or a ownership of a home or in a relationship or what have you. Again, I just think it's how we define things that determine our own level of satisfaction, success, failure, maybe. I reach out to a friend from time to time when I have things to talk about or get off my chest. And she often will say, breathe, which is almost a slightly more yoga way to say everything's okay. Because usually everything is okay. I'll tell you what was nice. What was okay was sleeping in last night. Uh, or sleeping in this morning past 7. Felt real good. Somebody said, yo, what's up? Wondering if you need professional mod. I've been a mod on stream since 2014. Yes, yes. The one thing I truly need in life is more professional moderators, especially one that leads with, yo, what's up? I've got issues in my life, but the biggest issue, the one I worry about the most, is not my lack of moderators, but it's the lack of true professional moderators. I need one with at least 10 plus years of experience. You'll have to send me a resume. Yes, please send me a resume. Have your girl reach out to my girl and we'll set something up perhaps. I won't get back to you right away. Got my first paycheck last night. Wasn't super huge. I knew it wouldn't be, but it still felt kind of nice to say, hey, for one day, for one moment, my checking account went up. Believe me, believe me when I tell you, it could be spent in 10 different places. But still, it felt good knowing that the last 3+ weeks of work I've done, that somebody was at least keeping track of. Sarah, I believe, is her name. Sarah with an H. Is that Sarah with an H? You are a glorious audience. You are. Mm. With 42 people watching and 8 thumbs up on this Friday morning. Kind of along the lines of changing your definition of things. Like a moment ago, I was talking about not having a foothold in this new town yet. And then going, well, maybe I do. Maybe this is a foothold. Who the hell? What is the definition? Has anyone actually ever looked up the definition of what a foothold is? I certainly haven't. So this could be a foothold. But almost along those lines is a little bit stopping fighting the world. I'll often talk about um, like how I pick up litter. I think if I see some litter on the ground, I don't know if it's a guilty conscience or trying to do what's right or trying to make the world a beautiful place. I'll usually pick it up and throw it in a nearby garbage can. But despite those efforts, and no matter how much time I put into it or how dedicated I am to cleaning up trash blowing around on the street, there's always more trash blowing around on a street. I was included in a group message um, about a relative's birthday about 2 weeks ago, I think. It was nice. I mean, it was nice to be made aware of my relative's birthday. Then I reached out to my relative, as one would, and sang her happy birthday via video text, but that's not here nor there. Somebody in this group stream has, I would say, a nearly psychopathic political agenda that feels, and I'm not talking slightly, I'm saying would spew what me as the center of the road uh, politically guy would consider nearly speech about the other political party. And and you're probably guessing the wrong way, honestly. But the point isn't a political point. The point was how grotesquely inappropriate it was to be spamming this big group stream that was created to alert us of a birthday for a relative, and then wake up in the middle of the night and see some photo posted to it spewing nastiness. And I ignored it the first time. And the second time, I started typing, and it was like 4 in the morning. And I'm going, whoever is spewing this propaganda on this stream that was started to acknowledge this relative's birthday, please stop. It's grossly inappropriate. But then I deleted it, my comment, and I simply removed myself from the stream. And I don't know if that's acceptance or resignation or giving up or surrendering or learning to be okay or healthy. But my figuring was this: whoever is, and I'm not talking slightly, spewing this stuff on the other end wasn't going to change by a terse message from me stating the inappropriateness of them spamming anything they possibly could out of the blue with completely, I'm telling you, inappropriate um, political slash religious stuff. So I just deleted, instead of posting my comment, I removed it, and then I just withdrew from the group. I exchanged texts with somebody I hadn't reached out to for a long time uh, yesterday, and there was a reason I hadn't reached out to him for a long time. I just felt our connection was never good, and I wasn't getting my needs met in terms of connection. And I reached out to somebody and sent them a quick text asking if they remembered us doing something some time ago. And they responded, yeah, and then kind of went off on totally an unrelated thing. And I go, huh. And I think the old Ken, and I don't know if the old Ken's right or the old Ken's wrong, would have said, hey, that kind of hurts my feelings that you didn't even really answer my question at all or address my question at all. And you just kind of ignored it and went on with something that you wanted to say about something totally unrelated. And I hadn't reached out to you never. Say that hurt my feelings. I don't like it when you do that. Instead, I just didn't respond back, and I just kind of let it sit there. I don't know if that's healthy or not either. But I think in my life, I've done so much fighting for what I believe is right. Um, Spending myself doing that and wondering how much it all mattered. And maybe just going, and juggle the terms like acceptance and resignation and surrendering. Just because you accept it doesn't mean you have to tolerate it in your life. Just because the same person's always going to be a jackass, you can accept them for being a jackass, but doesn't mean you have to keep opening the door and welcoming them into your life, into your home, into your heart. You can go, huh, this is never going to change. Mm. Oh, oh, that's nice though. I'll tell you what also doesn't change: how delicious this coffee is. I don't know if you guys can hear the wind. It's coming in through the roof. I feel like Dorothy. My little farmhouse in Kansas is almost going to get taken to the land of Oz and dropped on the Wicked Witch of the East. I was always really scared by that scene. When she took the slippers. I don't actually know if she took the slippers. I think they might have just ended up on her feet some magic way. But you'd see the little witches of the East's feet going rolling up. You know what I mean? That's a good movie. There are a lot of scary scenes from that. Fly! That's my Wicked Witch of the West impersonation right there. In case you didn't know. So it's Friday morning, and I get to go to work today. I worked last night. It's a pretty good day. As you know, I came down and to Illinois just about a month ago. I think it'll be a month ago tomorrow. I think I came down on February 14th. Um, and got a job. It was a little slow getting started. Not enough shifts, not enough hours, not enough money. Just got my first paycheck last night. Work last night. It was pretty good. I think I like the job. I like the people. I like the vibe. But I need more people, more hours, more money. And because of that, I took on another job that I'm going to start training at on Monday or Sunday. I think I go in for orientation or something on Sunday. That doesn't sound particularly fun, but it won't be too hard. And start training there on Monday. Tell you, training as a waiter sucks. You run around, you try and help, you try and do the best you can and learn what you can while staying out of the way and allowing the drinks and the food and the service to still be good. Done that too often lately. But it'll be nice to have more solidified hours, probably more hours that I'm going to know what to do with. My first job here, added me to shifts this weekend, so I'll be working the next. There'll be 4 days there, and then 5 days at the other job straight. But honestly, I need it, and it feels good to build on whatever small success I had last night. Um, Getting paid and layering on the getting paid to taking on another job and pouring into more hours, and pretty soon I'll get paid again, maybe paid from two different places. And although it's hard when you're in the midst of it and you're worried about paying your bills from time to time or what have you, um, it's good to layer on your victories and build from that. Mm. Oh, good morning, Richard Sternicle. How are you this morning? How you doing? Hope you're feeling well. Mm. Oh, that's nice. Don't know if I have anything else to say to poor Rich Sternicle, who just either Schlegel Knievel and Rich Sternicle hopped on. I was going to say I don't have a heck of a lot more to tell you. I mean, I probably can think of some things. Maybe I don't need to say anything at all. Maybe I can just sip my coffee. Oh, enjoy the sunrise, the sound of the wind, CNBC on the TV, anticipation of work ahead of me. Probably going to be a busy day. Debate whether I want to go to the gym or not before work. I stopped by on my way home from seeing my kids yesterday and went right to the gym. I think if you do something fairly consistently, oftentimes it's easy to build on that. And maybe there's a lesson in there. Again, like I talked about a moment ago, building on the paycheck I got last night and adding hours and adding a new job. And all of a sudden, I could have paychecks coming in and cash falling from the stars to me. Kind of feel that way with working out a little bit. I've been hitting the heavy bag about 5 days a week, and I started maybe 3 months ago, and started with going uh, just a minute, and now I'm up to 5 3 minute. I did 5 3 minute rounds yesterday for the first time, and felt pretty darn good. What can I bench these days? You went from 8 kilograms to 57. Still lame, but you wish you started 20 years ago. Well, my obsidian, yeah, the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. But the second time, best time to plant that tree is today. So just be thankful you're where you're at, except maybe where, you're exactly where you should be, and just keep building on that. How much can I bench? I don't know. I bet I could bench 225 pounds once with a warm up set or something if I was ready for it. That's my guess. Yeah, Nancy, I think it is good cardio. Plus, it's amazingly good stress relief. Plus, I think you're getting quicker. You're feeling cool. It's almost kind of fun, but tiring all rolled into one. It's kind of a big gym, so it's somewhat daunting for a guy that doesn't know how to hit the heavy bag. Uh, I mean, maybe I do, but I don't have any training. And I bet most people that go up and hit a bag have some martial arts MMA training. They're not just dudes like me that are looking to blow off some steam, work up a sweat, and what have you. Kelly woke up thinking about doing a surprise dinner for your daughter's 25th birthday in a couple weeks. Not sure what to make, and that's what you woke up thinking about. Well, if I was invited, I would wonder if you'd prepare lasagna. Because right now, and almost all the time, lasagna sounds pretty good. Where did I learn to hit the bag? Well, Cheryl, I learned to hit the bag right in front of the bag. I was asked in an interview the other day um, about like technology and how I handle new technology or how I learn on new technology. And I go, well, I tend to dive right in. You know, if I'm sure I can learn from other people or Google or look up on AI how to do various things with technology. But I think generally the best way is get started and dive right in. Don't know if he likes that answer or not. He still hasn't gotten back to me. But either way, and that's how I learned to hit the heavy bag. I got in front of it and I went, here's my fists. I've got my gloves on. Hey, that was interesting. And then all of a sudden I'm like dancing. And then I'm watching these videos on social media about throwing hooks and about how your forearm's supposed to be parallel, not like this. I'm not totally sure why, but I'm doing it. And about getting your hips in, and about how you throw a left hook and then you go wham, or you do an overhand like that. And all of a sudden, I'm throwing these fists of fury. And I don't know if they think, wow, that dude's a badass or he's going to have a heart attack or what. But I'm wailing on that thing for yesterday for the new record, 5 3-minute rounds. Felt good. Johnny said that is the key to growth and intelligence. Never stop learning. Yeah. Or even never delay learning. You know, you could sit down in front of a computer and go, hey, how do I don't know, do something on Microsoft Word or whatever. But sitting in front of the thing with Microsoft Word is usually probably a good way to start if that's what you want to learn about. And then you can flip to another tab and go, how do I do this? And kind of learn as you go. You know, you can sharpen your axe by attending a class, certainly. But even attending a class is doing it at that moment. But waiting to get started till you join a gym, sign up with a coach, take a class, I don't think is prudent and just delays growth. Iron sharpens iron, Ken. We gotta spar. Garrett, I don't think you and I are ever really gonna spar. I don't know who you are. or where you live. I think you might live in North Carolina. You ask a lot about about a lot of golf questions. I remember that. You asked a bit ago if it's golf weather yet. I think the courses are open, um, but you got to want it. And I mean, I could want it. The grass is turning green. We had a big thunderstorm the other day. Have I been to the range yet? No. No, I haven't. Although I have golf clubs right there. Um, I guess I don't want it that bad. It's not a huge priority for me golfing right now. Cheryl sparred with her kickboxing teacher. They kicked your butt. I don't know if you said they kicked your butt or just the act of sparring probably did, Cheryl. Yeah, no, it felt good. I'm telling you, it feels good to feel I can do a 3 minute round and then do another one. Again, 2 or 3 months ago, I did a minute and I felt pretty tired. And you can, I brought that up a minute ago because my buddy does the Stairmaster and has gotten to the point where he's extremely good at the Stairmaster and he can go at a very high level for a long period of time. And I do it for 5 minutes and I'm hating it and wanting to get off. And I think I'll relay that to him so he thinks because I hate it that the Stairmaster is this great thing and he's getting it. I think your muscles learn to adapt to certain challenges put in front of them, whether it be hitting the heavy bag or the Stairmaster, or running a marathon, or playing basketball, or you know, going 12 rounds in a professional boxing match. I used to be able to run marathons, but I mean, I can't barely run across a parking lot right now. Obviously, age plays a role, but age, surprisingly, for anyone not a spring chicken, you can stay really strong as you age. Don't let whatever year you have stop you from going to the gym. Uh, Again, somebody asked me what I could max bench. I bet I could bench 225. I did 205 4 times the other day on my like fifth set. Um, and that's almost as much as I ever could. I don't know if you're as quick, but it feels good. Mm. Let's see. Nancy said, that is so true. You can run 10 miles, but you did a set of squats the other day and could barely walk for 3 days. Oh, Nancy, yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, and you see some people at the gym can do squats all day. Yeah. I wonder how old you are, Nancy, if you're really running 10 miles. That's awesome. I remember in college, I was on the cross country team at college. I walked down to the University of Illinois and we could run very fast, very far, but I wasn't used to squatting. And I did squats one day. And again, you are right. I could barely walk or run. And I was already struggling to keep up with the faster guys. And the next few days after squatting, I was a dead man. Uh, Garrett says squatting sucks. I think for me, it's mostly a vanity issue. I'm not super concerned with how my thighs look, maybe. Yes, I know there's benefits to having strong legs. I know you're burning calories even when you're resting, when your muscles are strong. So I know there's reasons to do squats. But again, the vanity of it that I think I want big upper body muscles more than big lower body muscles so I can look strong or cool. Yeah, that's what it is. Somebody said, "Why is everything so expensive these days? It's sad." Well, two things. Partially, I think a little bit it's life, and things always felt sort of expensive. But I will acknowledge, like going out for lunch is expensive, even if you're by yourself and you're just going to get a sandwich. Heaven forbid you get a Coke and a fries, because then you're bumping at like $20. 20 bucks is real money. Somebody said, wait, hold on. Uh, Rebecca tore her upper quad, so might be a while before you're active again. Yeah, but I wouldn't go. Do you do whatever the hell you're gonna, Rebecca? But you don't want to get total atrophy. I'd find a way to do something for other parts of your legs or your lower body or your body as a whole. Um, Somebody said some lower body muscles are important. They definitely are. And I've been adding what I consider fairly utilitarian workout that I think is lowering the odds of me hurting myself. Putting weights on one of those sleds and pushing the sled through. There's a kind of a astroturf like surface at the gym I work out at, and I push this sled back and forth. I don't know, maybe 20 or 30 yards across the gym. I did it 10 times the other day, and my gosh, that hurt. I think I did it 10 times. Either way, it hurt. I did not want to do it anymore. It's 8:22 right now. If I hang out with you guys and rush off to the gym, I could get a quick workout in. Not even a quick workout, a real workout before I work today. John Hoover said core muscles are key. Yeah, I mean, that's true too. But Lisa Smith sings the praises of leg muscles. Garrett Clemens Sports talks about women digging biceps. And now you're adding core muscles. So it sounds like they're all kind of important for whatever purpose. My hope, I've done less sit ups. If we're going to dig deep into my workout, I've done less sit ups. I believe that punching the bag works your core. I even almost believe that pushing that sled's working my core too. So I'm almost doing a little test. I stopped doing sit ups or planks or any of that stuff about 2 weeks ago. And I'm going to keep you posted on how my core is doing. And when I say how my core's doing, again, it's totally vanity metrics. It's whether I can see my ab muscles. And again, that really has nothing to do with working out. That just means how much I'm eating. Last night I got home from work. I was laying here. It was 10 o'clock. I started watching Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but I was feeling pretty tired. So, although it just had started and I kind of wanted to watch it, I turned it off and went to sleep. But back to the story. I had some chili and some hot dogs and some mac and cheese and a few other things I could have microwaved up in my freezer fridge in my hotel room. And I thought how good they would taste. But I chose not to. So I'm feeling very fit today because I don't have an extra can of chili and 2 to 4 hot dogs in my stomach that I did not eat last night. Oh, that is so good. Oh, somebody hopped on named Scott C5 Vet. I gotta know, Scott. Do you like Corvettes? You have one. Well, I thought you might. And I'm just curious, and you do you, but you identify yourself so much with the car you own that it's your YouTube name? Do you have a channel like dedicated to Corvettes or something? I mean, I've always kind of liked cars, but I never thought for a second. I mean, I didn't. Okay, when I really liked cars and honestly had enough money to buy a bunch of nice cars, there was no YouTube. But I still don't think I would have made my name it. Maybe if it's your channel, maybe if you got, I don't know, how to change the oil on your Corvette or I don't know, make videos about Corvettes or something like that. Good morning, Irma. Somebody said they sent me or they sent $400. I guess they're not saying they sent it to me because you didn't send it to me. You don't even know my address. You don't even know who I am. You're probably somebody totally new to my channel that hops on a bunch of content creators. Most people try to limit their social media footprint, and no one really cares about their username. You don't think that person cares about their username? I think that person completely cares about their username. Here's something you found while in Ukraine. You have to wear a plate carrier with plates. You wear Oh, so you're lugging weights, John, around your home? I mean, that sounds, I mean, yeah, it would work. Took enough energy for me to get out of bed and go get my coffee without tying a couple 45-pound weights to my waist, plank. And the guys in the military that saw me in the lobby would have gone, holy crap, look at that old dude getting coffee. He's got 90 pounds tied to his waist. I know it probably wasn't 45 pounds, but even 18 pounds. Where do I see myself in 5 years? I don't know. I'm just trying to get through the day. I'm wondering if I sign off with you guys, if I can make it to the gym. I haven't figured out where I see myself in 30 minutes. Mm. Oh. Somebody a moment ago chimed in on a discussion I was having with a different viewer, which makes me suspicious, and said most people are trying to limit their social media footprint and don't care about their names they use on their social media platform at all. Are most people trying to? I mean, for anybody to be saying that who happens to be watching my live stream, I'm going to say they're not doing a good job of limiting their social media footprint. If they really were trying to limit their social media footprint, they shouldn't be watching my live show. That's like saying trying we're trying to lose weight while we're scooping the ice cream in our mouth. Whoever said that, I got news for you. If you really want to limit your social media footprint, get the hell off social media. You're not doing a very good job. What's my advice or tip for today's youth? I don't give advice or tip, just broad brush for random human beings, you know? I don't know what today's youth or is looking for, needing, or struggling with. Maybe they're not at all. Maybe they're not at all. If you have a issue and a story to tell and want my thoughts, I could probably come up with some thoughts for you. But I'm not just going to paint a brush on today's youth and tell them, the youth of today, what they should do. Don't I have kids? I don't really understand. Yes, I do have kids. Talk about a non sequitur. Mm. Oh, I have a new viewer named Joel, who's asking very personal questions twice in a row. Totally disconnected questions. Wonder why anyone would do that. They want to know how far I have to drive to my kids, and 2 seconds later, do I pay income taxes on my YouTube income? I'd say, Joel, it doesn't matter, and it's none of your business. You think the way you close my show is great advice for today's youth. All right. Well, I appreciate that, Greg. But again, it's not advice. I think advice tends to get turned off. The way I close my show is a hope for the people that are watching it. And yeah, a hope for the people that are watching it. Shadenfruit said their third child is deployed. It's heartbreaking. Yeah, deployed seems would be challenging. I guess being the parent of a person that's in the military, especially active duty, would be very hard. Just having one of I have 4 children, and one of them's in Thailand. Super proud of her and think it's awesome she's experiencing it, but I miss her and hope she comes back. I mean, I really hope she comes back. She looks like she's having a great time. Outside of worried that a king cobra might be sliding into her most recent place she's staying, um, she seems to be really enjoying her trip. And again, I hope she does come back. John Hoover said one of the greatest things in our society is the ability to reinvent yourself. Do you mind if I tweak that a little, John? And I totally get just because it's my show, so I have a thought about that. You don't even need to reinvent yourself. You can, but that sounds really hard. Just improve on yourself a little bit, get a little bit better. You know, not say we're going to throw this out and start totally over, but say this is us, a lump of clay that has these habits, does this, looks like this. We're going to see if we can make it a little prettier today. Mm. Oh, it's so good. It is so good. So it's Friday morning. We've had a glorious audience. We got 50 people watching. We got 33 thumbs up. Uh, Somebody hopped on and said the gas prices are soaring like crazy in Asia. Yeah, it's probably a worldwide phenomenon. I got CNBC and it said crude prices ease up there. The crude contracts are down 2.5% today. So, yeah, no, it hits everybody when gas prices go up. I about a week ago was watching and saw I can see a gas station from where I'm sitting right now. And thought I saw gas prices in the $4 here in Illinois. I was pleased when I actually got closer to the gas station to realize those were diesel prices, and the price of gas is like 3.50 a gallon. Did I ever consider becoming a certified personal trainer? No, no. Honestly, in my life, I've never considered becoming a certified personal trainer. I mean, I don't know a damn thing. I just know if you work out, you get better at it. I think I'm pretty good at encouraging. The last thing I want to do is watch some dude do curls. Honestly, I don't really get. Maybe some people need the motivation to get to the gym, and the only way they're going to get to the gym is if they have invested money in it and have an appointment to meet somebody to watch him do curls. I'm almost going to say it really doesn't matter what the hell you do at the gym. Just do something. Walk on the treadmill, do the Stairmaster, push a sled, do some curls, do some squats, jump rope, hit the heavy bag. You know, they have all these machines set up where if you sit in them, it becomes fairly obvious what you're supposed to do. My advice to anybody starting is whatever you think you should do, start a little lighter. Instead of saying I'm going to jump rope for 5 minutes, say I'm going to do it for 15 seconds. And then I'm going to do it for 15 seconds again and do 4 sets of 15 seconds and go, huh, I actually felt tired doing that. I'm going to come back tomorrow and do it again. And then in a week or so, add on to that a little bit. I could give him alternatives to just doing curls. Well, I just did. I mentioned jumping rope, getting on the treadmill, doing the Stairmaster, hitting the heavy bag, sitting in front of any random machine, pushing the sled. I've saved them all the money. I'm saying it all works a little bit. Chris heard the ramp up in prices is faster than the come down in prices when the per barrel cost goes down. I don't get that. If the price goes down rapidly, the price of the pump should reflect that. Well, I would say this. Uh, yeah, I mean, ideally it would be. Good morning, Cathos. How are you? Scott Baron, we've had a glorious audience today. You can see it right in front of you. We got 52 people watching. We got 37 thumbs up. We've just crossed over an hour. By the way, I've been talking about it a long time. I edit all these videos and they become uh, shorts and reels and TikToks. I used to be 2 months behind. I am 1 week behind now due to dedicated video editing and um, missing a few days going live. Somebody just said a lot of BS about a personal trainer. I'll bet what a personal trainer usually does is cost people money, keeps them dedicated to go to the gym for a few weeks, and then they quit. That's what I think most personal trainers accomplish. Mm. I mean that. I talk a lot about working out, and I usually start with, well, most people join a gym and they hire a trainer and they go and they work out 6 hours a day and they hate it and they quit. And I'll say it again. Most people join a gym, hire a trainer, work out too hard, hate it, and quit. So if you want to get in better shape, don't do any of that. Start small, find something you like doing, repeat, build on it. If you're overweight, go for a walk around the block. In a week, go around the block twice. In a month, add some push ups or sit ups, you know, and keep at it and get a little better every day. Mm. Oh, it's so good. I think the only people that really should hire personal trainers are professional athletes or models that have such a vested interest in getting better that they're going to stick with it. I think for most people, it's a total waste of money. Mm. You eat from smaller plates, no condiments, gravy, drink plenty of water, sleep well, and work out a few times a week. Helps lots for me. All right. You don't go to the gym, but your daughter is very into it. You know that a personal trainer can teach you the right form, which engages the right muscles for the right machine. Wow. Huh. You don't even go to the gym. But since your daughter goes to the gym, you wanted to voice your opinion on that. That's interesting. I look like the guy from that viral British accent reel. I don't know what that means. You got me curious, though. You got me curious. There's a viral British. I'll tell you what, I picked up some viewers uh, because I look like a guy that was headbutting a soccer ball in a video. I think it was from like Manchester United. Posted a video, and there's a guy in the audience that headbutted a soccer ball. And he looked like me, apparently. I picked up some viewers from that. That was nice. Oh, So it's Friday morning. Should we talk till I get 50 thumbs up? Should we talk till I get 50 thumbs up? Maybe we could. That's just another vanity metric, though. That's like saying I can bench press 225 pounds. Who the hell cares what I can bench press? Who the hell cares that you get 50 likes? Scott Baran cares. Cathos probably cares. Cathos, do you care whether I get 50 likes or not? 50 thumbs up? I know Scott does. None of what I do is for me. It's all to please Scott Baran. Great blue heron just soared overhead. I don't know that it soared. It didn't really soar. It flapped above the hotel. Looks like a dinosaur. Thank you, Greg. Well, thank you, Cathos. Scott Brown's got a system. He likes to match the likes with the amount of viewers. Oh, that's so nice. That is so nice. Just getting the blood flowing back in my feet. Do I want to go to the gym? It's kind of that awkward time. It's 9 o'clock. I went yesterday. Didn't lift anything. I bet you I had a personal trainer, I'd go because I have an appointment. Do that for about 2 weeks, and I'd go, this sucks. I gotta have somebody stare at me and work out and pay him to do it. Hell with that. I'm gonna quit like everybody else does. Oh, do what floats my boat. I don't know what floats my boat. I mean, I don't overly need to. I did go to the gym yesterday afternoon and hit the heavy bag for 5 rounds. Greg says go to the gym. Let me see. I'd get off. I'd get out the door in 10 minutes. It'd be 9 o'clock. I feel rushed. I feel a little rushed. You don't want me feeling rushed, do you? Maybe it'd be okay to feel just a little bit rushed. But we got to get to that 50 thumbs up at least, just for Greg's sake. So somebody out there, please double tap the screen so I can go to the gym and get super huge and massive biceps and pecs, big thighs. It'll be a bench day. Mm. Oh. You do kickboxing, or you watch tour videos on YouTube and do a run. Oh, that's cool, Cathos. That is cool. Somebody said bench day is the best. Well, let me see. Let me run through the numbers again. 9 o'clock, I get out the door. Get to the gym at 9:15. I mean, I'm already feeling a little stressed just by the concept of it because I got to leave here at 11 and I got to get back. Well, I don't know. I don't know. All right. Well, I'm going to go. I'm going to go work out. I'm hoping somebody out there is somewhat inspired by my determination that even though time's a little tight, that I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to get a quick workout in. I might not hit the heavy bag. I might not do everything. I might cut it short a little bit, but I'm going to go to the gym, get a quick workout in, peel off my shirt and strut around. Say, hey, ladies, you want a piece of this? Ah! That's the sound of all the women running out of Crunch Fitness. But I'm going to get going and looking forward to my workout. And I want to thank you so much for joining today. Um, and I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful week. And I hope that you had a great night's sleep. And I hope that you are feeling good, that you are loving yourself, that you are forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye bye.